Should you buy or rent a home? An age-old question that many grapple with. Today we're going to delve into the advantages and disadvantages of both options. Making this decision depends heavily on your individual financial situation, lifestyle, and long-term goals. From building equity and investment potential to flexibility and predictable costs, there are a multitude of factors to consider. We'll explore the potential benefits of homeownership, like the opportunity to customize your home and the possibility of tax deductions. On the flip side, we'll also discuss the advantages of renting, such as lower upfront costs and the freedom to easily relocate. It's all about weighing these factors and making an informed decision that best suits your unique circumstances. So, whether you're a first-time homebuyer or someone considering a change in your living situation, this discussion is for you. So, let's dive in and start by looking at the benefits of buying a home. Buying a home can be a solid investment, and here's why. Firstly, there's equity building. Think of it as a piggy bank. Every mortgage payment you make increases the amount of your home that you actually own. Over time, you're essentially building up a nest egg that you can tap into down the line, perhaps for retirement, a child's education, or even another investment. Then there's the potential for your home to appreciate in value. While real estate markets can fluctuate, in the long term, property often appreciates. This growth can mean that when you do decide to sell, you might just make a tidy profit. Buying a home also provides a sense of stability. You're the master of your domain, free from the whims of landlords or unexpected rent hikes. You can settle down, grow roots, and become part of a community. There's also the perk of potential tax benefits. In many countries, homeowners can deduct the cost of mortgage interest and property taxes from their income tax, often resulting in significant savings. Finally, let's not forget about customization. When you buy a home, it's your canvas to paint. Want to knock down a wall for an open-plan living space? Go for it. Fancy turning that spare room into a home office? It's your call. The freedom to make a home truly yours is a privilege that comes with buying. But remember, like any investment, buying a home comes with its own set of risks. It's not a decision to be made lightly or hastily. A home is likely the most significant purchase you'll make in your lifetime. And it's important to consider all aspects, both pros and cons, before taking the leap. So while homeownership can offer a sense of stability and financial growth, it's not without its potential pitfalls. That's why it's crucial to weigh up all the factors, from your current financial situation to your long-term life plans before making your decision. But there are some potential drawbacks to consider. Let's explore those next. While the benefits of buying a home are enticing, it's important to understand the potential downsides. One of the biggest challenges is the financial commitment. Buying a home is a long-term investment that demands a sizable upfront down payment, which could tie up a significant portion of your savings. Also, the ongoing costs of homeownership, like mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance, can add up and strain your budget. And speaking of maintenance, this is another aspect of homeownership that isn't always considered. When you own a home, you're responsible for all upkeep and repairs, from fixing leaky faucets to replacing a worn-out roof. These unexpected costs can emerge at any time, requiring you to have a contingency fund always at the ready. Then there's the issue of mobility. If you're someone who enjoys the flexibility to move around, whether for work opportunities or lifestyle changes, owning a home can limit that freedom. Selling a home and buying another is a complex, time-consuming, and often costly process. Not to mention, the real estate market can be unpredictable, and there's no guarantee your home will appreciate in value over time. It's also worth noting that while homeownership can offer potential tax benefits, these can vary widely depending on your individual circumstances and tax laws, which can change. So it's wise not to base your decision to buy solely on the prospect of tax deductions. Lastly, remember that owning a home comes with a certain level of stress and responsibility. There's the worry about property damage, dealing with insurance, and the constant need for maintenance and improvements. For some, this can outweigh the benefits of homeownership, so we've seen the pros and cons of buying a home. What about renting? Let's move on to that. Renting a home comes with its own unique set of advantages. Let's delve into those perks that make renting an appealing choice for many. First and foremost, we have flexibility. When renting, you're not bound by a long-term commitment. Your job requires you to relocate? Or perhaps you just fancy a change of scenery? No problem. You can pack your bags and move without worrying about selling a house or paying off a mortgage. Next, consider the lower upfront costs. Buying a house often requires a substantial down payment, not to mention closing costs and other fees. Renting, on the other hand, typically involves a security deposit and possibly the first and last month's rent. That's it. You're not on the hook for a hefty sum right off the bat. Then we have maintenance costs, or rather, the lack thereof. When you rent, your landlord is generally responsible for major repairs and upkeep. That leaky roof or malfunctioning HVAC system, not your problem. This not only saves you money, but it also saves you from the stress and time involved in coordinating these fixes. Diversification is another advantage that renting offers. When you're not investing a large chunk of your finances into a house, you have the freedom to invest that money elsewhere. This could mean diversifying your portfolio, which can potentially offer higher returns and reduce risk. Finally, renting often comes with predictable costs. Your monthly rent is usually a fixed amount, and while it may increase over time, such increases are typically outlined in your lease agreement. This allows you to budget effectively, without the surprise expenses that sometimes come with homeownership. So, as you see, renting provides flexibility, requires less upfront financial commitment, frees you from maintenance worries, allows for financial diversification, and offers predictable costs. It's a solution that suits many, offering a sense of freedom and financial ease. But renting isn't without its own set of challenges. Let's look at those. Renting a home might seem like the easy option, but it has its drawbacks. Now think about this. When you rent, you're essentially paying off someone else's mortgage. Every rent payment you make is money that you'll never see again, because you're not building any equity in a property. While your landlord is slowly but surely owning their property outright, you're left with nothing to show for your years of faithful rent payments. And then there's the question of tax benefits. Homeowners often enjoy tax deductions on mortgage interest and property taxes, which can make a significant difference in their annual tax bill. Unfortunately, as a renter, these benefits are out of your reach. The landlord, again, is the one reaping these financial rewards. We must also consider the potential for rent increases. While there are laws in place to prevent landlords from hiking up the rent on a whim, there's nothing stopping them from increasing it at the end of your lease agreement. This means that you could be paying more for the same property year after year, with little control over these increases. Moreover, there's the lack of control over your living space. Want to paint the walls a different color? Install a new light fixture? You'll need to get your landlord's permission first. And even if they agree, they might require you to undo the changes when you leave. Lastly, let's not forget about the constant possibility of eviction. Even if you're the model tenant, your landlord could decide to sell the property, move in themselves, or rent to someone else at the end of your lease. This lack of security can be unsettling, especially if you've grown attached to your home and the community around it. In summary, while renting offers flexibility and fewer upfront costs, it lacks the financial benefits of homeownership like equity building and tax deductions. It also leaves you at the mercy of your landlord when it comes to rent increases, property changes, and eviction. We've now explored both sides of the coin, but how do you make a decision? Let's discuss. The decision to buy or rent isn't a simple one. It requires careful consideration of your financial situation, long-term plans, and lifestyle. Let's start with evaluating your financial situation. This isn't just about how much money you make, but also your savings, credit score, and existing debt. These factors will not only influence your ability to secure a mortgage, but also determine how much you can afford for a down payment. Remember, a bigger down payment can often lead to lower monthly payments, but it's important not to stretch yourself thin. Next, consider your long-term plans. Are you hoping to settle in one location for many years, or do you anticipate moving around for work or personal reasons? Buying a home may provide stability, but it also ties you to one location. On the other hand, renting can offer more flexibility, allowing you to relocate more easily if the need arises. Now let's talk about market conditions. Research is key here. Start by looking at the local real estate market. Are home prices rising or falling? What are the current mortgage rates? How do these compare to rental costs in the area? These factors can greatly influence whether buying or renting is more financially sensible. Once you've gathered all this information, it's time for a cost analysis. Homeownership isn't just about the mortgage. There are property taxes, insurance, maintenance costs, and utilities to consider. Add these all up and compare them to the cost of renting. Sometimes, the costs associated with owning a home can outweigh the potential benefits of building equity. Your lifestyle is another important factor. Do you enjoy the idea of maintaining your home and customizing it to your taste? Or do you prefer a more hands-off approach, where things like repairs and maintenance are someone else's responsibility? There's no right or wrong answer here, it's about what makes you feel comfortable and suits your way of living. And lastly, if you're still unsure, don't be afraid to seek professional advice. A financial advisor or mortgage expert can provide personalized guidance based on your specific situation. They can help you understand the financial implications of buying versus renting and guide you towards the best decision for you. Remember, the decision to buy or rent should align with your financial goals and lifestyle preferences. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. What's right for one person may not be the best choice for another. So take your time, do your research, and make the choice that feels right for you. So, should you buy or rent a home? There's no definitive answer as it depends on individual circumstances. As we've discussed, buying a home can offer you the chance to build equity, potential investment returns, stability, tax benefits, and the freedom to customize your living space. On the other hand, renting can provide flexibility, lower upfront costs, reduced maintenance responsibility, the chance to diversify your investments, and predictable monthly costs. When it comes to making this decision, it's crucial to evaluate your financial situation, consider your long-term plans, research your local real estate market, and conduct a thorough cost analysis. It's also important to factor in your lifestyle and consult with a financial advisor if needed. Ultimately, the decision to buy or rent a home is a personal one. Take your time, do your research, and make the choice that's right for you. Thanks for watching.